travel or some other way, and they stayed illegally and they worked illegally. So even if you did have, you know, even better security, which of course we want at the border, you're not stopping people from coming here illegally and working illegally. There's many ways to get here, and that's one of them. So, you know, it should be part of what we look at for comprehensive, but it's not, I wish it was as simple as just saying they're all coming one way and if we stop it, it stops. It doesn't work that way. But as part of comprehensive reform, we want to make sure that for the people that are here, that have jobs that are needed, that there's a way that they can legally work as opposed to extra legally work. We value our laws in this country. We're a country of laws. We're also a country of immigrants. We need to connect our reality of where we are with people that we need, frankly, in many areas, with the laws. And so people need to register if they've been here illegally, pay a fine as a penalty. That's what our plan had. They would pay a fine and get right with the law. And then they would have a provision, not citizenship, that maybe in 20 years they get citizenship, but provisional working permit so they can legally work the next day, along with mandatory workplace authentication. So making sure that people who go to work are legally able to work. So this was the bill that I was a co-sponsor of in the House. In the Senate, it had more than 2/3 support. They held a vote on it. We never got to hold a vote on it in the House, sadly, but until Congress does that, it's not going to go away. You know, there's very little that states and local governments can do besides try to get along, and the kids are in our schools, as you said. Some of the kids are American in many cases. They were born here. Many of them are. But yeah, there's mixed status families. You might have, you know, mom doesn't have documentation, dad has a green card, or dad's a citizen, or, you know, 3 kids were born here, 3 brothers were, and the older sister was born in another country. So, I mean, we just have to have a realistic approach to solve it. It doesn't solve itself. Yes?
If I can bring it back home a little bit.
Yes.
Maybe excuse a little bit of the passion. The I-25 corridor is a mess. And we have rails. And I don't know why we're not bringing the metro up to Fort Collins even further, because Wellington's expanding. We're just growing. And in the last year, because I commute between Berthoud and Fort Collins, I have to stay on 25. It drives me crazy. And so I'm on 287, and everybody else is avoiding 25. And so this has been sort of a passion thing, trying to get from where I work to Cougar Valley Hospital would take me an hour and a half if I went public transport. It's only 25 minutes to get up to South Fort Collins, but getting from the Max station there all the way over to Cougar Valley takes another hour. I guess what I'm asking is, you've talked about expanding the I-25 corridor. I'm glad we have a lane on Berthoud Hill, but then right at me, it narrows down again. And basically, I'm in traffic if I have to take 25 from north of Harmony past Firestone. It's just sort of a name, and I don't know if you know what's going on, if there's anything that is being done, being talked about. Where do you stand on supporting either expansion and or metro?
Yeah, so, you know, there's a lot more that other areas of the state are doing because they're part of RTD, and here we're not. So now they pay a little tax for that, but what they have is that's where they have the light rail system, that's where they have the bus system, which, you know, commuters in, you know, Westminster, Boulder, Thornton, park and rides all over, and it connects to the light rail. The issue is that Larimer County is not in that district. So it would need to do one of 2 things. It could either form its own district for public transportation with neighboring areas, or it could seek to join RTD. I would be certainly a federal partner in helping. I'm a supporter of certainly Front Range Rail. There's an idea to do rail from Pueblo through Fort Collins on existing railway. The main issues involve just the scheduling of it around the freight and the other loads, but I think that's something that certainly in the commuting hours, you know, 7 to 10 in the morning, 3 to 8 at night, if we can shift the freight load at other times, that would be a great option for a lot of people. But also, again, part of this is going to be a Larimer County question of how do we get the county to either participate in or to have their own larger initiative like what RTD does. Not that they're perfect, but if you have friends that live in those areas, I mean, it's very easy to do the bus and rail connect wherever you work in Denver, Aurora, Thornton, Boulder, Westminster, you know, so we don't have that structure here. So we do rely on the highways, which is why, of course, the lane expansion is so important. But we'll need some kind of local initiative, frankly. And I hope the federal side can partner with it, but it has to be driven locally.
unless Ed doesn't speak for, so it's really cool. There are so many important issues that we're discussing today, and one of the things that I'm most concerned about is the internet, which affects everything, and how we get our information, and how we are able to learn about these issues. So I was curious about your stance on Title II protection for net neutrality, and whether and how you see it playing a role in our democracy with free and open internet.
Yeah, this is another very important issue. You'll be hearing more on this from the Federal Communications Commission and Chairman. But net neutrality was the question, and is it both as a part of civil society in particular? And usually, actually, frankly, I think about it first in two other ways. I'll get to civil society in a moment, but first I think of it as a consumer issue. It's very important that you have choice of your content providers, and when you purchase internet access, you're able to access any content you want, and it's not tiered, and you don't have to pay additional to stream certain sites, so it's a consumer rights issue. Two, it's an issue that affects our startup economy, very important in Loveland, Fort Collins, Boulder. Yes. We have a very strong startup economy, and if you don't have, the whole beauty of the internet ecosystem is you can, have a server in your garage, and you can reach billions of people worldwide the same way that Time Warner can, right? And that would go away if we didn't have net neutrality protections. The big entrenched content providers